guys about electronic dance music,
also known as EDM.
So why do people listen to EDM?
It's catchy.
It has good vibes and it's easy to dance to.
So it relates back to like personal problems or connects to your soul. There's many subgenres to it, so if you don't like one genre, you can like the other.
There's also a very broad and extensive form of dance to the EDM culture. So let's say there's one form of music, there's that form of dance along with it, and that's really fun to get into.
It has good meaning behind it as well. It's very popular these days, like it's on the rise. It's just, there's a great culture behind it. One of the main topics or ideas why we're talking about this is because of the giant misconception about the whole EDM music and EDM scene.
So one personal experience we had with Raise was Global Dance Festival, and from the second we got there we were greeted with the nicest people in line. They were already giving us light shows and they were telling us about how long they've been raving and gloving, and that was a really nice experience to see how they went out of their way to become friends and family with us right from the beginning.
Since we got there, like we made some friends right behind us and they asked us if we had some water. Said yeah, of course, just to give them some water, and like we exchanged stories of like events we've been to and like how long we've been raving, and we told them how this is our first one we've ever been to, and they were just really welcoming towards us and saying that like we're gonna love it and that like we should maybe meet up later if we could. And just like they're just very warm and welcoming, and it really felt like we're at home.
And so that's what we're trying to talk about today, is how welcoming the EDM community is.
Because with the giant misconception out there is that, oh, we're all drug addicts, we do drugs, and we're all just like people who just want to party, but it's really not. Like there's a huge, bigger picture to EDM than just what people see on the media and everything.
So then after we got into Global Dance Festival, it was pretty much just this huge gathering of all these people that have our common likes. And that was really cool to see because we were all experiencing it as one big group.
And giving it was our first time, we were all like kind of nervous or worried like, oh, what's the scene gonna be like, or how the people are gonna be. And like once we got there and like DJs started performing, like we just found ourselves surrounded by like a lot of people who just shared the common love for EDM and wanted to rage with us. So we ended up just making like a lot of friends throughout the entire night, and it was just a great experience overall.
It was a nice surprise to see how there's still some kindness in the world. Kindness.
To tie into this movement, we're gonna provide a quote from our favorite DJ.
As far as the music culture goes, EDM is the one who will accept the kids on the outliers, the ones who get bullied, the ones who feel like they might not quite fit in. This community is exceptional in its ability to bond all types together, and I'm not exaggerating when I say it saves lives. So with the new generation, there are a lot of people who don't really understand the EDM culture as much as, let's say, we would.
With the younger generation these days, like people often seem to associate the younger age with more drug use. And so with the younger age getting into EDM and EDM festivals, they're associating drug use with the EDM scene, and it's really not.
So according to this popular festival, Tomorrow World, they had 4 arrests and 15 overdoses. So that same DJ we mentioned earlier posted recently on Tomorrow World's page, there were 55 arrested and 22 sent to the hospital at this Keith Urban concert. And so he's pretty much stating how there is drug use outside of electronica, so people shouldn't be branding EDM with, oh, drug use, they overdosed. There could be other reasons why they were sent to the hospital. They could have gotten dehydrated, they could have gotten hurt, they needed medical attention for other reasons besides drug use. To reiterate, it's untruthful and it's a very vicious lie to say that all ravers are on drugs and they go to eat or they go to festivals just to get high, and that's a very common misconception because we don't do drugs. We go to raves and we have fun and we do it for the music.
We also just do it like to get away from like all the stress in life, because honestly it's a whole different world. And there's plenty of people that we come across that don't do drugs, just go for the music and just go to have just fun.
And to compare to the old generation, back when I used to watch this podcast, it was called A State of Trance. There were families going, there were little kids going to raves, and that's saying something because that's showing that they were going just for the common love of the music and not for wanting to get high and do drugs and doing all this stuff.
Getting turned up.
That is a phrase that I do not like in our day and age, because kids nowadays, they're getting turned up and they are not enjoying raised for what it should be. Kids nowadays are into drinking and they're into drug use and things like that. We're trying to prove that. We are living proof that we're not into that kind of stuff. So in closing, we're trying to show you guys not to judge other people and not to generalize a whole culture based on a few bad eggs. Just because they ruin it and just because they make bad choices doesn't mean that should reflect upon us.
EDM is more than just music or culture. It's a way of life, saying we don't judge, we accept you for who you are and everything you like and what you do. You come to us saying, oh, we need a shoulder to cry on, we'll give it to you. We won't push you away no matter what you do. We're all just one big happy family.
Yeah, and we believe that's a lifestyle that everyone should follow.